Michigan Justice Fund is a funders collaborative that seeks to advance equitable justice policy reform here in the state of Michigan.
2022 was a really exciting year for the fund. We had a really wide-ranging and dynamic grant-making strategy, and we were able to address a lot of different issues through a variety of mechanisms.
Our grantees, the projects, the organizations and initiatives that we support, they are all driving towards long-term and enduring equitable justice policy. That means policies that are informed by the communities that are most impacted.
A lot of our partners are close to these issues and have a unique perspective. We're creating space and opportunity for different voices to be centered.
My name is Natalie Holbrook. I am the program director for the American Friends Service Committee's Michigan Criminal Justice Program. We build really solid, deep relationships with men and women serving time in prison in Michigan. We talk to them about what they're forced to live in. We understand how prison works and functions up close and personal. All these folks entrust us with their experiences, their stories, to go and inform policies that get made. And it happens again and again. So we are working on getting second look legislation passed here in Michigan. It's going to be introduced very shortly. That legislation will give people the chance to be resentenced by their sentencing judge or successor judge after 10 calendar years have been served on their sentence, and it includes everybody. There's great opportunity to build a better world, and we just need the support and capacity and help to do that. And we need second chances, forgiveness. Those are the values that are going to see us through to a different tomorrow.
My name is Aaron Sepulveda. I am a Data and Policy Fellow at the Youth Policy Lab and the State of Michigan Department of Labor and Economic Opportunity. The Youth Policy Lab is a data and research center based out of the University of Michigan that partners with community and government agencies to conduct evaluations and rigorous data analyses to ensure that the decisions that they're making are sound, that they're a good use of public dollars, and that ultimately the public is benefiting from them. I'm really motivated by the goal of amplifying the experiences of justice-impacted populations through state government. Being justice impacted, the consequences of that, particularly among returned citizens, are extremely pervasive. And so when you talk about the Clean Slate program, the opportunity to remove this barrier to opportunities of not just employment, it impacts housing, it impacts access to healthcare. The ability to change those things, that's a big deal. And so Leo is trying to provide collaborative support around Clean Slate. I'm making sure that conversations are occurring more frequently about these issues, because it's only by taking those first steps of awareness that we can ultimately move towards changing the actual systems that have facilitated some of these problems.
My name is Ashley Golden, and I am the Executive Director of Nation Outside. We are a grassroots and advocacy organization entirely led by the justice impacted and formerly incarcerated. Our mission is to drive policy and practice reforms that build transformative systems of support for justice-impacted families and communities across Michigan. Fair Chance Housing is an initiative that will essentially ban the box on housing applications. It would prevent property managers from denying you housing simply based on your criminal record. If we don't address housing barriers, we can't improve employment outcomes, we can't improve family outcomes. It really starts at the ground level with housing. And so when we think of this notion of public safety, what do we mean? Is it safe when people can't get housing? Is it safe when people can't get jobs? Does that improve public safety, or does it have the opposite effect? To be able to impact policy change, that's how we build power in our community.
My name is Ray Lanier. I'm the Executive Director for Michigan Liberation. Michigan Liberation is a group of formerly incarcerated and directly impacted people fighting to end mass incarceration and the criminalization of Black and Brown families, and we do this through grassroots organizing. Our bailout efforts have been taking place since 2019. We've brought in organizers who have won successful campaigns ending cash bail in their states, and we're currently writing a Law 2.0 to end wealth-based detention in Michigan. We come from the lens that directly impacted people need to be leading policy writing efforts. The more that our political winds change, people are going to have to act. And what I love about Michigan Liberation is that we do our best to stand in the tension, this tension of the world as it is and the world as it should be. So rain or shine, snow or sleet, we have no choice but to be out here in the streets, in the community, making relationships, because our safety, right, our freedom, our dignity literally depend on it.
Right now, we're at a unique moment where there's an actual opportunity to engage in substantial policy changes that could truly transform the way that the criminal legal system impacts people's lives in Michigan, and will hopefully shrink its ability to impact people's lives in Michigan.
Just to look at where we've come personally, right? An 8x8 cell to the Capitol building. Not only are we in the building, but we're making changes. Tens of millions of people in this country have the stories that can change the minds of legislators, society as a whole. When people talk about restorative justice, there's nothing more restorative than that.
The ones who know, the ones who have the experience, the ones who can attest to the injustices that they have experienced, they are the movement to which we as a society should be responsive.
We at the Michigan Justice Fund are excited to see what's possible when community and legislators come together to enact meaningful legislation that will be transformational and truly touch the lives of people impacted by these systems and their families.